Dorian's right here. Look how much space he has. And he's so cute. But I'm also like, this is my bed, bro. It is now Saturday. I'm on the way to Barre. I'm very nearly there. It's just about 10:30. I think I get done at like 11:20. So when I get back, I'm gonna just make sure Dorian's eaten something, and then I'm gonna take him to daycare, and then I'm going straight to studio. Very excited to work on some stained glass stuff. So stay tuned for some new medium if you're not familiar with. Oh my god. That was not my fault. No, I was not involved in that at all. There was 2 cars over there. But it still startled me because somebody like swerved back into my lane to avoid that accident. So I was just going to say that, I don't know if you know this, but I have roughly 1 million face masks. Roughly. And this is my favorite one. It fits the best. It's from Victoria's Secret. Ooh, it needs to be washed. Because it has the nose piece on top and the adjustable ears, and so it just fits the best and it's the most comfortable, and I don't get, like, my glasses don't fog up when I wear it. Instead of saying that, what I was actually going to say was that I was just sitting here emailing one of my students, that I was sitting in here with my mask on, like I had just gotten in the car, and I was emailing one of my students back, and I hear like a tap on my window, and I look up and it's this guy, and I mean, this is the second time I've been sitting in this parking lot, like on my phone, and someone has like come up to me. That guy wasn't as aggressive as the first guy that had come up to me to ask, probably for money, for food, something like that, usually. But it's just like, it's really startling when you're like in your car. I don't know why. Like my doors are unlocked, like, and then someone like comes up to you and has the audacity to like, I don't know, I just feel like that's a lot more aggressive to tap on somebody's window than just to like pass them like on the street. Like I can't, like, I don't know, it seems like cornering in like a kind of intimidating sort of way. It is so like nicely overcast again today. My car says it's 84, which might be a little bit warm, but it's so nice and not like blazing sun. And what I would really like to do is just take my dog on a nice long walk, like hour-long walk, but I can't do that. I have to work on something else that I should really enjoy. I think the reason that I have been hesitant or reluctant to get work, oh my god, this is not, okay. I have hair. Reluctant to like get working on that is just because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I think this is just such a common thing. It's just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I know very well how to like start work, and I just don't know why I've had this like weird like block about it. I think I just have, I don't know, like too many ideas. I don't know if you can tell, but today's smoothie is like kind of orangey. It's not really picking up on camera. There you go. You can compare it to Dorian's little white nose. It's orange because it has carrots and sweet potato, coconut, cinnamon, what else? Banana, walnut, date, ginger, and chia. And then I also, of course, added chia and flaxseed. Even though I didn't realize that I already had chia. Now that I said that, I was like, I added chia. There's already chia. Just dropped Dorian right there at daycare. I'm actually really excited because the owner was in there and she is actually super sweet. So she was like, oh, hi, I think I just posted a photo of her on Instagram or Facebook or something like last night. I'm gonna post the photo right here of the one that she took of him. So sweet. Alright, so this is my studio. It's kind of like a makeshift studio. They found some space for me right here in this like classroom. I have this big cabinet though. So all of this is glass up here. And I got these from like a Facebook marketplace. Somebody was selling just like scrap glass, which is exactly what I need for really inexpensive. So I got all this glass. It's like 115 pounds of glass for like 200 bucks. And I will just also say that this is a big sheet of clear glass. And I think I got like 4 sheets of glass or something like that. And it came to like $400 or $500. I can't remember. But it was like, that I feel like not using because it was so precious and it was so expensive, whereas all this stuff is just like, it's already scrap and it's already in the shapes that I kind of use, just like jagged triangles, squares, polygons, that sort of thing. And then in here is kind of just where I have all the stock and storage and stuff for like tools and supplies that I was using for like sculptural things, mostly stained glass stuff, some cyanotype stuff, and a little bit of like watercolor here. And then on my actual desk I have, this is a commission that I have not started yet, and this is like the tools and stuff. So you have copper tape, other tools, etc., etc. This is the glass grinder, and this is, what would you call it, a respirator. Random wood, and then some just bits of glass that I should probably take off of these strands and use those in something. I'm gonna quickly just walk into the courtyard so that you can get an idea of like what this compound sort of looks like. This is in this section in here that goes up to there. So this half of the building has the shops. So the first shop is like a multi-purpose kind of assembly room. Then we have a metal shop, and then we have the wood shop down on the end. And then on this side is just like classrooms. So that first window right there is where my old studio was when I first moved in here. And then after the studios, then there's like 3 classrooms and then a tool shop. And then upstairs, this half is upstairs. There's a couple classrooms, a studio gallery, and then it also connects some weird way to the other side of this building over here. And then this building was, I guess, added afterwards. This is grad studios and faculty studios, and they don't connect. And then over here is like jewelry and metals. So this is also right here, those pink doors. This is another type of gallery space that people can use. And then also in this building that I'm in is the Foundry. Oh geez, there's a lot of furniture in here. Okay, well this is a gigantic kiln. This is sandblasting, so is that. This is the big kiln. On the other side is, I don't really want to walk in there in case the door locks, but this is the Foundry. So that thing right there it's just like a giant crucible, so it heats metal up really, really hot. And then there's sand. There's this big, like, kind of like a bocce court type of thing with like sand, and that's where you pour the metal. This is like wax, glossed wax method set up over here. And I took a class, which is how I know this. I did bronze. We did aluminum and bronze casting, and I made like tiny furniture out of bronze for my project. Which also brings me to the point of like what this room is. So this is the wax room. So this is wax paper on the table to protect the wood. It's like a wax paper. And then these are big, almost like crock pots for wax. Spends like 3 seconds in the sketchbook drawing this, and then decides, I just need to start. I need some plastic gloves, nylon, rubber gloves. So I'm going into the other building to acquire some. If I'm allowed to be in here. I need gloves. Here we go. Same table. Alright, one's good. I need to get some safety glasses as well. Maybe they're out here. Yes. I wonder if these are sanitized. This pair. It just started raining and I just brought my stuff back in, so I gotta run back over there to go potty. Alright, so I'll just show you quickly how, just kidding, how I cut glass is I just kind of make polygons, and I don't really care too much about the shape so much. So here's my glass cutter. It has oil in it. I was just checking it to make sure it was still rolling fine, and it is. And then on this part right here is like sort of a, I don't know, it's beveled on both sides to make kind of like one point. You just press down. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this either. So you just press down kind of lightly, and you want to hear nothing. There we go. It's literally been so long since I did this, I forgot my other tools. So now that I have a nice score in the glass, I tapped it with the edge of, you see that right here? I tapped it with the edge of this. And then you'll just use the roundness of this, will bend them down like this. So it like curves it, gently bends it this way and just like folds it in half essentially. And so you line that little line up with, because that shows you where the center is. So you line the line up with the line that you scored, just press gently, and now you have cut glass. There we go. That was a good noise. There we go. So now I have like 4 pieces of glass to get different shapes. Sometimes they're square. And then once I have enough pieces, then I will start grinding. And then once I've ground all the pieces at once, I sort of do them in like mass quantities. Okay, I didn't cut right, that's okay. There we go, that's good. Nice. Done. I'm like literally sweating. Alright, so this is a gigantic sheet of clear glass. I'm finally going to cut it down and use it today. Something I want to show you real quick. So after grinding down the glass, you add a copper foil. You add flux, it's a chemical, and then the solder sticks to just the copper and not the glass, so they're able to stick to each other. All right, we're ready to start grinding. This is the glass grinder. It uses a wet diamond blade, sort of like sandpaper. Just after you add water to the reservoir, you add like 1 capful of this saw and grinder coolant. And then I just sort of use the edge, like these little grid marks, to see how straight the edge of the glass is. This one's a little bit curved, but I'm gonna say it's probably fine. And I would do that with all of them and all the edges. And I do just end up wearing these, like, I don't really know what they are, but they have this rubber stuff on them. You can see they have some glass dust on them from when I used them previously, just so that I don't cut my fingers up quite so bad. It is just about 5:15, actually probably exactly 5:15 on the dot. I am going to go get my dog. The boarding house closes, or the daycare or whatever, closes at 6. So if I want him today, I gotta go get him now. I have the door open, so that's why there's a bit of humidity. for some air because I was sweating. Like literally they don't have AC in here. I was dripping, like I was dripping sweat like into my glasses. Like it was bad. I could have worked a little bit, tiny bit longer, but I was at a good stopping point and I wanted to just clean up because I wasn't sure how long that would take. So I'm taking home my copper foil tape glass that has been properly grinded, and so I can work on that tonight, doing the foil on that when I get back to the house. Gloves, grinder, glass that needs to be ground. Another piece of glass, that's it. So this is my little station here, and I put a lock on my cabinet, and then I moved this chalkboard back over to block the glass that's up there. I guess that's what Derek had done, assuming. We're home, right? He ate his food when we got back. I have him scheduled for a bath and teeth cleaning and nail grinding on Monday, right? You're gonna go to daycare all day on Monday and give me a really huge block of time to work on stuff. 4 o'clock meeting with my professor for the glass stuff. All right. It is time to foil some glass. This is it doesn't look like very many pieces. It might not be. I don't know how long that's gonna take to foil with my tape. I've decided to use this width of tape, as you might be able to tell. Like some are slightly thicker than others. This one's thinner than that one's thicker than this one. Those are the same. I don't know if you can tell. Also watching Simply Nailogical's new video about smelling nail polish, and it's hilarious. One of the more funny ones. I don't think every single one is funny, but this one's pretty good. Not entirely sure if this filming angle is gonna work, also because I put this band-aid on my thumb because I peeled off some of my cuticle and it was like kind of like red. But I don't think I can do this process without it, so there you go. Now you get to see my gross cuticle. That's my only band-aid I have in the house. Remove the backing. I'm gonna try to line up the edge of the glass in the middle. I don't know if that made sense. The middle of the glass, the middle of the tape, and wrap gently. And try to keep it in the middle all the way so that it's even on both sides. This is going well so far. I'm going to overlap what I had put on already, just a little bit. Okay, I need to go get scissors. That seems to be working okay. Alright, so now all the edges have copper on them. I'm going to use this like bone folder to smooth those edges down so it nicely hits the glass everywhere, smoothly and effectively, all the way around. I don't know if that's the right verbiage. I don't even think that was the right verbiage in describing exactly what is happening here. Alright, and then I'm just gonna start kind of folding the glass, or the foil down to that glass. Do that for all the sides. And at this point I am pressing pretty firmly, and I need to go back. I don't know if you can see that it's a little bit ripply. I need to go back in with this just to make sure that every bit of this tape is adhering to that glass. Alright, and now that is done, so here's what a finished piece of glass will look like. That is actually really pretty. It sort of looks frosty. I think it's really neat. Nice. I have determined that the thicknesses of copper foil that I have are just too thin. Like this is a slightly thicker glass, and that is just like way too thin that I don't think I'm gonna get a good enough seal with when it actually comes to soldering. So instead, I'm gonna go run to Hobby Lobby and see if they have something thicker. And then I might take a small look at their fall decor section. Here's just a quick look of what I ended up doing. This pretty much stayed the same. This now looks like this. So I have this little pot there. Okay. And then I think this is kind of cute now. Thought it was weird before, but I just put that up there to hide the modem a little bit, and then that's what we have for fall decor. I don't agree with Hobby Lobby's like moral business practices, their morals I should say, and I do not approve or appreciate how they treat their employees, etc., etc. I'm not going to get too much into that. I just wanted to say that. However, the reason that I'm going there is because it is the only place, retailer that sells stained glass supplies in Athens. They close at 8 o'clock tonight. It's like 7. They are not open on Sundays, pretty sure. So I have to go right now. Otherwise, I'm fresh out of luck. What is happening? Fresh out of luck, and I won't be able to get some stuff done. So I didn't really want to go out again tonight, but I needed to go. Doreen's with me. There was no way I was gonna just like make him get back in his crate. He wasn't gonna do it. It was gonna be too much a hassle. So he's just coming. It's cool enough outside that he'll be fine just sitting in the car for a couple of minutes. It amazes me that this parking lot is literally always so full. And yet I like hardly ever see people in there. I mean, I see a couple, but like it just seems like maybe all these people are working in the back, and I don't know. Ugh. I can't believe there's still people that are just like going into stores and stuff like not wearing masks, but I guess it is Hobby Lobby for you. There's a woman right there not wearing a mask. She's wearing exercise outfits. She's driving a Lexus, not wearing a mask. That couple that like walked in right before me, not wearing masks. I mean, majority of people are, but there's still that one, like maybe 1 in 5 who aren't. Like there was another couple that I saw, like an older dude. He had like a white, white beard thing, not wearing a mask, but his wife was. They're not like they don't have any signage that says you must wear masks. They had like things hanging over the cash registers, like those like plastic things or whatever. Pretty much everywhere else that I've gone, I've seen signage like, hey, you have to wear a mask in here. And then there's also signage on the door that's like, you are at your own risk entering this. We are not liable for blah 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 if you get COVID because you came in here. Hi! Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, the 13th or 13th. And I'm gonna just, okay, I just ate. I had coffee, some bacon. Okay, all right, this is fine. Coffee and some bacon, and I think I might make a smoothie and take that with me to go to studio. And Dorian, unfortunately, will have to stay in his bed because I don't want to take him. There's glass already on that floor, so it's just going to be safer if he doesn't come to studio. But that means he's going to have to be in his bed for some hours, so he doesn't even know what's coming. I finished all the copper foil on the glass pieces that I had ground yesterday. So I'm going to bring these in and then maybe grind some more, and then I might even start soldering something. Just so that I have something to show on Monday. But I only want to be there for half of the day, and then I want to come back and read and like work on my presentation. Happiest dog in the world. Notified that the box is coming on Monday. It's tomorrow. No, it's not. Is that tomorrow? Yeah, I think that. All right, we'll see you there. What do you think of a hat? I don't ever wear hats. I just don't really know how. But I like the idea of wearing a hat, especially today with the glass, because I was getting it a lot in my hair and stuff. So I think this will be good to like keep the dust, like the sawdust, the sand and glass bits like out of my hair and like off of my face and prevent it from going. I don't know. It could be a lot because I have the safety goggles on top of my glasses. Do you remember like back in the like early 2000s, like 90s time when like guys would just like fold it right here and just like fold their hat in half, and it was just like, yeah. Good luck. We're here. Good luck. Yeah, this is how our life is now. Yeah. My ears are like great. I figured out what I'm going to be making. So I'm not making a vase, though that was what I initially anticipated doing because it was the first thing I thought in my head. But then I started thinking about like other soft things like in the home or whatever. And then for some reason I came up with an umbrella. Not because it's soft, but because it's like protective and sort of like a luxury sort of amenity item. So I'm going to make an umbrella out of stained glass. It's a little bit reminiscent of maybe like a Tiffany lamp or something with that dome shape. So I'm going to Home Depot right now to get some baling wire, which is like if you've ever taken like foundations, just like basically making like an armature. I got this size wire. Not really entirely sure what the metal in this is, but it's pretty heavy. And then I also got this pack of steel wire. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, or really either of them. But I was really tempted to get, I walked through the garden center when I first got here, and I was like, oh, these mums are so pretty. But I ended up not getting them. They're huge. They're like such big, like gigantic mums, and like pretty nice little planters. But like for $20, like it's not a bad price at all. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna get that right now. Well, and then I walked into like their little Halloween section. There was this really cool wreath. It was like dark red, black, like floral wreath, and I really liked it. So I might get that later on. I'm not trying to get it right now. And then they also had an orange wreath as well. That's more like fall, but I already have 2 fall wreaths, so I wasn't gonna get that one. Though I don't have one that's like it, so I did really like it. And then they also had these like floor mats that I'd never seen. I guess you stand on them and they light up, like they flicker, and they play music too. But I couldn't really hear the music because there was this gigantic werewolf that was like screaming like directly next to it, so I couldn't really hear the music. And I'm on the way home, So I've been gone for like 5 hours or whatever, and I feel like I got a good amount of stuff done. I'm happy because I figured out what my project is going to be. I'm starting thesis work right now, so this umbrella will be that first piece. And kind of what I'm planning on doing is some sort of like cabinet of curiosities, sort of like artifacts of like the Anthropocene sort of like things, I don't know. So that's the umbrella. I also have already made a blanket one time. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. And I have a pillow. So kind of along those sort of like I don't know, I just call them amenities because it's like unnecessary things for like living. They're like added, you know. It's like you don't have to have a hat, you don't have to have a car, you don't have to have an umbrella, but they like add you know, value and enjoyment to your life. And like the other thing too, like with the pillow being made out of like shards of stained glass, there's sort of this like theme of like, I don't know why I'm doing a braid again, I don't know what I'm thinking. It's like hard or really soft things that are meant for like comfort, that are gonna be like made hard, or like the umbrella that's full of holes, so it's like they're not gonna be functioning in that same way. So I think that's gonna be kind of cool. It is now just about 11 o'clock, and since we've been home, I've just been working on my presentation for Wednesday, and I'm getting pretty close to that. I'm gonna have to go do some research at school tomorrow, but other than that, that's all I got. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe to be notified for when we sporadically post, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.